Hello to everyone watching this video tutorial. Today we'll be going over the Zacks Advisor Tools Screener. Our agenda for today will cover the background of screening, functionality, and key takeaways. Let's start with the background. Screening is basically a tool that helps you generate stock, ETF, and mutual fund ideas by creating filters using a database that contains hundreds of different financial metrics. Regarding functionality, in this video I will go over how to create a screen, manage a screen, and access pre-built screens. Okay, now let's get into the actual screener and build some screens. The screener is located under this screening tab. Today we will be focusing on the equity screener. However, the functionality is exactly the same for both ETFs and mutual funds as well. So once you're in the screener, the first step to building out a screen is to hit this browse button. Once you hit browse, everything is split up between the left-hand side category and the right-hand side metric. On the left-hand side, you will see different categories, and on the right-hand side, metrics that are specific to a certain category. So today we will be building out a dividend screen, and we will be starting with the Zacks rank. So in order to find the Zacks rank, under the left-hand side category, we will hit ratings and select on the right-hand side under metrics, Zacks rank. Once Zacks rank is selected, we hit add metric over here on the bottom right-hand corner. And now second step is we have to adjust this drop down, basically less than or greater than sign. So everything does read from left to right, Zacks rank. Now we adjust this as the second step. So we will want to generate a list of stocks that have a Zacks rank of either a 1 or 2. In other words, that have a buy rating. So we can do this one of two ways. We can either select this less sign, or how I usually do it is I select the less than or equal to sign, and I put a number 2. And the last step is you hit add. Once you hit add, over here you can see how many tickers passed. So in order to check if your filter was in fact correct, that we did generate just 1s and 2s, what I usually do is I hit run screen, and I sort by the filter that I created. So since I have Zacks rank filter only, I will sort by Zacks rank to see if I get first all the number 1s on top. And now to see if we have all the number 2s on the other side. And as you guys can see, our filter did in fact work correctly. So since we are building out a dividend screen, let's add some dividend metrics to our filter. So the process is exactly the same as how we added the Zacks rank. We hit browse. Under category, we select dividends. And as the first dividend metric that we can utilize, we can select dividend yield. Dividend yield, add metric. From here, the process is also the same. We adjust the greater than less than sign. So in our case, let's actually generate a list of companies that have a dividend yield higher than 2%. So since we're doing that, we can actually leave this sign as it is and put a 2. So dividend yield is greater than or equals to 2. Hit add. Now based on this filter, Zacks rank and dividend yield, we have 278 tickers that passed. Another metric that we can utilize is under quantitative scores. And if you scroll down, we have this earnings and dividend quality score that takes into account 2 factors, earnings growth and dividend growth. And there's also a short description of the score. So we select it, hit add metric. From here, we adjust the greater than less than sign. So this score is in fact on a scale of 1 through 10, and it's actually shown right here. Low is 1, high is 10. So the lower, the better, and that's usually for most Zacks quantitative scores. The lower the number, the better the score. So we can adjust the sign to be less than or equal to, and then let's put a number 3 here and hit add. So based on these 3 filters, we have 98 tickers that passed. Let's run the screen just to see if everything in fact did pass correctly, dividend yield as well as the earnings and dividend quality score. So just scrolling down, I do not see a dividend yield that's lower than 2%, and I do not see a earnings and dividend quality score that's more than 3. So everything in fact did pass correctly. Now is the last step to our screen. I will show you how to utilize different sectors or industries. So under category company, if you scroll down the right hand side, you guys will find the Zacks global sectors, expanded sectors, Zacks industry codes, and sub industries. So in our case, let's actually eliminate all the interest rate sensitive sectors, which are energy, materials, financials, utilities, and real estate. So we select the Zacks global sector, hit add metric. So we have two options. We can either leave it as an equal sign, or we can do in. The main difference is if you leave it as an equal sign, you will only be able to select one sector. But if you select in, then you're able to do multiple sectors. So let's do industrials, these two, healthcare, infotech, communication services. And like I said, we are eliminating energy, materials, financials, utilities, and real estate. Now we hit add, and let's see how many tickers pass. So based on these four filters, 27 tickers passed. Run screen, and let's just check if everything looks correct. Everything does in fact look pretty well to me. So once the screen is built out, you guys have many different options from exporting to saving to editing. So let's go over the details. Let's first start with editing your filter. So you can edit the filter by hitting this middle button. So if you want to edit the Zacks rank, just hit the middle button. From here, you can adjust the greater than less than sign, or you can also adjust the score and just hit edit. Also, if you want to delete a specific filter, just hit the X. Next, what you guys can do is you guys can export to Excel by hitting options, export to Excel. And you can also save these screens right here by hitting save screen, giving it a name. We can just call this test and hit save. So once the screen is saved, technically you do not have to come back here again and redo the whole screen. What you can do is just hit open screen library, and all the way on the bottom, saved screens, this is where you can find your screen that you previously saved. Also, another very important feature is this add metric button. So under display metrics, this is exactly what goes into your table. We have company, ticker, Zacks rank, dividend yield, earnings and dividend score, and the Zacks global sector all the way on the right hand side. But let's say you also want to add more metrics to the table. However, you do not want to interfere with the filter. You still want to see 27 tickers, but you want additional information in this table. So what you could do is you can hit add metric, and from here what we could do is we can add more dividend metrics. We can come down to category growth, scroll all the way down, and add this dividend growth 5-year LS. Do the same thing, add metric, come down to growth, come all the way down to dividend growth 5-year R squared, and hit add metric. So now when you're on screen, as you guys can see, it's still 27 tickers that passed. However, we just added these two extra columns. So the dividend growth 5-year LS, it represents basically the average growth, dividend growth that the company has been growing their dividend by in the past 5 years. And dividend growth 5-year R squared is basically the consistency of how the company has been growing their dividend. Also, keep in mind when you do save your screen and your generated ticker list is less than 100 tickers, what you could do is you can hit this create update watch list, hit OK. And now this same list of tickers will actually transfer under Quote Monitor. Okay, let it load. And as you guys can see right here, test watch list has been transferred. So let's come back to screening, equity screener. Let's open up that same screen by hitting Open Screen Library, Saved Screens, Test, Open. And the last thing that I would want to show you guys is this universe all. So you guys can select a specific universe. So for instance, let's do S&P 500. And we just eliminated roughly 16 tickers. So now we have 11 tickers, and basically the filter's still the same. However, we just adjusted the universe. We can hit run screen to see our results. And the last feature that I do want to show you guys is our database of predefined screens that you can use for idea generation purposes. So in order to access this database, you would hit Open Screen Library, and this is where they're all located, including your saved screens all the way on the bottom. So once again, everything is split up between the left-hand side and the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you have different categories. On the right-hand side, different strategies within these categories. So for instance, if you want to look at some value strategies, you can select value. On the right-hand side, select any of these screens. For instance, let's just select a random one, the high rank value. And there is a short description. Just hit open. So this is the filter that goes into this predefined screen, and these are the resulting tickers that passed. Also, what you could do is you can hit edit as user screen, and from here you guys can edit the screen like I showed you previously. You can either add additional metrics or you can edit the metrics that are within this screen already. Now that we're done with the actual functionality of the screener, some key takeaways of this video are as follows. So first one, the screener has the ability to generate ideas based on your set of financial metrics, and also it has the ability to create filters powerful enough to outperform the market in any condition. Thank you all for attending, and any questions or requests, please reach out to us at the below contact information. Thank you and have a great day.